Hey friends, it's Heather here again. I'm here to share 3 more questions that new sellers on Poshmark ask and give my answers and my insight through my experiences to those questions. So let's get going. Question number 1 is, where can I go to buy new with tags clothing? Okay, so the places I have found new with tags clothing, there's a couple of different options. You can try places like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross's, things of that nature that sell discounted clothing that are new with tags that are name brand. But you have to be careful. Don't just go in there and pay their regular prices because you're not going to make profit when you try to sell them. It's really best if you look for the yellow tag sales or their clearance sales and then still be selective on what you get. Make sure you run comps to see if it's an item that people are looking for, and make sure that there's going to be enough wiggle room or meat on the bones for you to make a profit. So you want to make sure that it's something that's comping well and that is selling. That's one way you can get new with tags clothing. Another way you can get new with tags clothing are through wholesale liquidators. JOMAR used to be really good for this, and I actually really enjoyed getting new with tag boxes from JOMAR, but they're kind of MIA right now, so I don't know what's going on with them. I've not tried Cozy Threads yet, but they also do have new with tag clothing boxes, so that's one place you can get that. That's Cozy Threads online, and you can order through their website. They offer discounts and things like that, but I've not used them, so I can't speak too much to them, but they are very similar to JOMAR, which I do have a lot of experience with. You can also find liquidation boxes through different companies that offer like liquidations of like Nordstrom's and things of that nature. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. So if you Google and look for like liquidation boxes or wholesale liquidation boxes or new clothing liquidation boxes, you should be able to find some things that way. They are kind of hard to find sometimes, just because when especially resellers discover things like that, they don't like to share them with other people because then other people get their stuff that they want. So, and become competition. So it's kind of like one of those best kept secrets that people don't like to share a whole lot. And sometimes I have trouble finding them too. So that's kind of how you go about getting those. And sometimes you can even come across new with tag stuff in thrift stores. That happens occasionally too. So those are places that you can find them too. Okay, next question. Poshmark says items are 35% more likely to sell if you put an original price, not just a 0. I stopped adding an original price because it was too time consuming to figure out what something originally sold for. So do you find it helpful to include original price? If you put the original price, do you just take a guess or put a random amount or take time to research it? Okay, so here's my thoughts on this. I do not put an original price unless I know what the original price is and my listing price is gonna be at least 50% less than that. So if that's not the case, then I don't put original price. And then if my next step would be, if I'm selling something I've got through wholesale, meaning it's part of my boutique that's never been in a retail environment before, then I usually put those as $9.99 as the original price. It's just a filler number. And otherwise, my resale items, I put 0. So here's my thoughts on why Poshmark is saying that 35% are more likely to sell. So we have to remember that correlation is not causation. So just because something is more likely to sell because it has a number there doesn't mean that the number there is actually contributing to the sale. So my thought and my theory on this is that the reason that things with the number and the original price are selling at our higher rate is probably because they're coming from the closets of their retail partners that they've partnered with, or coming from closets that do like what I was saying, where you put an original price only when you know it and you're gonna list less than 50% off, so you've got that good discount. I think that that is just coincidence. I think that the reason those things are selling is because they're often probably new, brand new items, and they're often probably significantly discounted from the brand new price. I don't know that you're going to have the same effect when you're reselling items that are used, or selling items that you've received through wholesale, or selling new tag items that you're not getting a heavy discount on. Say maybe you're selling your listing address that the tag says 150 and you're listing it for 99. I think that that's not as helpful. To me, the zero placement there and the jacket, or the, item being listed as 99 looks better than the 150 with the 99 or whatever. But in that same token, if you have an item that the tag is on it and it says $350, or for a fact it was $350, and you want to list it for 99, that would look good. But really, the number in the original price isn't necessarily what's selling it. It's just the fact that those are different situations, and the situations in which you have a higher priced item in general with a lower discount, those situations in which that would be a good idea to do it are situations that are great deals anyways, and therefore more likely to sell, if that makes sense. So, moral of the story, correlation does not equal causation. Just because something is more likely to sell, just because there's a correlation between having original price and an item selling, does not mean that the fact that the original price is there is why it's selling. So that's my answer. Unless you absolutely know the original price, and unless you're going to do at least a 50% off of that for your listing price, I don't do it. I use 0 for my closet items and $9.99 for my boutique items. That's my answer. Next question, final question for this video. Can someone please tell me how you can find a stock photo? Okay, so this is very much depends on what you're looking for. If you have a brand with a style, with a tag that has the style number on it, or something that's very distinctive that you could easily search for using terms, that can be helpful. But another way to do it is to use Google Lens. So if you take a picture of the item, if it's in any way distinctive, and then you use Google Lens with that picture, it will find that item within Google. And you may not necessarily find stock photos, but you may find further information about it through other resellers that have also listed that item, or you may find stock photos. But, if you don't find stock photos, but you find the name of the item, then you can search the name and probably find stock photos. So that's a good way to do that. Sometimes I'll find things, on Amazon or things of that nature that will kind of pop up with stock photos. So I may not find them directly on the website for whatever the brand was, but I might find it on like Amazon. So Google Lens is your friend. It does require you to take a picture. I actually do this a lot sometimes when I'm in thrift stores, especially with things like shoes. Shoes work really well, especially if they're distinctive at all. You can take a quick photo of a shoe in Google Lens, and it's going to come back with that shoe. It's going to help you find the name, what it's currently kind of listed at, not what it's selling at, but what it's listing at. And if there are stock photos available, you'll see them pop up. So that would be my highest recommendation, is to use Google Lens. There's several brands that, like I said, you can use style number. The one that really works well that I have found is Zara. There is a style number on the tag of Zara if the rip tags are still in the item, and they kind of are like in a pattern, like a couple numbers slash, couple numbers slash, couple numbers, and then like a letter or number for the size. You don't even have to worry about the size. Just put in the first 3 sets of numbers, put in Zara with the first 3 sets of numbers with the slashes, and 9 out of 10 times you'll find something. There's a lot of things that pop up from a model site. I'm not really sure exactly what the site is, but they're always really well modeled of the Zara items. So that's usually where I find those. And a lot of older things are hard to find. So Google Lens is your friend. That is our 3 questions for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it. Be sure to click the like button. And if you are interested in reselling content specifically related to Poshmark and eBay, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel because that's what I do. Thanks for coming by. I really had fun with y'all today. You have a good day. Bye.